Please on the computer. Here we go. Okay. I am Sam Hayes, and this is Why with One Stop. I want to talk to you guys about how to allow or how to raise your fees. So I need to eat a little bit of crow and own that I have been an advocate saying, look, let's be in the trenches, let's be there, let's help the agents. And I'm still a supporter of that. I think it's really important. And I do want to keep doing that. But the reality is, as we all know from the meeting earlier this spring, CAR is looking for money. And instead of switching stuff with agents, I feel they're starting to go over to TCs, which again, they don't want to upset the agents with all the NAR, the thing. There's so much we could go into. We're going to put that on the side. My focus is I know how much value TCs bring to the industry. I know how hard we all work. I'm answering messages from TCs who are panicking in the middle of the night all the time. I do what I can. I'm not your broker. I'm always going to tell you verify all with your broker of record. But you're out there working alone by yourself. And I know I get in my head with my brain weasels. And I thought that maybe this could help me because I've got to do this myself. And we all can do it together. And if we raise the industry standard and get the fee up, that may also be helpful too for people. So there are 10 reasons why I needed this. And I've got this. And I will send this as a PDF to everybody so that you can, I'll put it in the chat here in a second. So you can have this up in your face and make sure, and I've even got the MD skill file, and I think I did this one in chat, so that you can customize it for whatever you need. But here's the bottom line. Your value already exists. You're already doing the work. You have been doing the work. There's no reason why you should not be paid for the level of work you're doing. Even the stuff that we think is no big deal, we take for granted the fact that I knew how to green screen this or that I could make a quick document in chat. That's invisible work. That's value I'm bringing. That is knowledge I'm bringing that is not going to be bandwidth taken from an agent where they've got their value and their skill set. I'm not going to go run a CMA. I don't want anybody in my car. So we all are bringing different pieces of value, and one isn't better than the other. And that is something I know that I was taught years and years ago of like OTCs. And I remember when we first started years ago and I did the first cocktail party and we got in so much trouble because it wasn't Facebook. It was, we're that old with our whackers. It's that old. But we had a chain going and a couple of the agents did not want the TCs talking to each other. They did not like that we were trying to help each other. It got really weird. So I think that's been a thing, at least in the back of my mind, why I haven't raised fees. It's been like, oh, just lucky you're here, which isn't a thing anymore. We help keep this industry going. All of us are the ones taking the risk management classes, getting the car forms trainer, doing all the above and beyond, getting the CTC from California Association of Realtors. If you're out here in California, joining the California list to say I'm a vetted TC, all of that. So you're doing it. So this invisible work counts. And the evidence can come before the confidence. You don't have to feel brave. Maybe I'm going to show you how you can track what you're doing every day. And that's going to help you see and shush your brain weasels that here you go. This is what's going on. I'm taking 90 days to get ready. I'm looking at Q4, at what do I want to do in the next year and everything else. And I think sometimes it gives us a little grace to start getting into the space. You can do 30 days. You can do 2 weeks. You can do whatever you want. I'm just doing 90 days because that's the time frame I decided on. Your scope is way bigger than pushing paper. You guys all know this. You have way bigger than pushing paper. We all know that we've saved deals. We all know that we've read something the agent was reading on a phone, rushing at an inspection, and we've caught. And that's part of why we're here to help with risk management and everything else. You verify with the broker of record, you do what you do for your business model. My personal choice has been to be a risk management person. I like reading all this stuff. I like catching the little holes. So I'm not going to tell you how to run your business, but I do know that we all do more than pushing paper because you wouldn't be here if you didn't do more. And I've got the email, I've got the framework. Well, calm responses. People are gonna object. It's a tight market. I understand that. People are gonna have pushback. That's gonna happen no matter what. Then that's not your client. That's just opening space for a better client to come along. And I've seen it happen every time. And even in the moment when I'm crying, I used to cry to my mom, be like, oh my God, they hate me. And then I swear to God, within 2 to 3 weeks, I always had better clients show up. It's just the universe hates a void. You choose your number. I am not going to tell you how much. I'm not going to tell you how much I'm raising. That's none you what, none your business. You got to do what works for you, but be realistic about your prices. Be realistic about what it takes to run your office and everything else. This is going to make you take a look at that and be real and then add 10, 20%. because we all undersell ourselves. It's just the nature of the beast. And we want to be liked and we want these people to get our business. And, oh my God, remember, you are an educated professional. You are a professional. You are being paid for a skill. That makes you a professional automatically. It also does bring with it liability and exposure. So the whole E&O thing, but that's a different conversation. But just remember, you have value. Make sure you get a number that works for you. And a workable fee lets you have the attention, systems, education. You can do all the things when you're making enough money to cover your baseline. It allows you to provide better service because you're not panicking. Because if this one deal falls through, you're SOL for that month. We all need to have a sustainable base value living wage. And if we're entrepreneurs and we're creating our own businesses, we have to be realistic about what that is and we have to take that on and own it. And maybe TCing at some point may be something you phase out, or maybe you partner up with somebody or something else. But this is going to get you to look at your numbers. And that's what I had to do. And as people know, because I overshare everything, it's been a rough couple of years losing my mom and figuring out stuff. And I know I'm not at the volume I need to be at. And this is not going to be sustainable if I don't start making some changes now, because I do want to. I'm feral. I am real estate feral. I can't go anywhere at this point. That's all I'm good at. So you got to figure that out for yourself as well. And you're allowed to hold a boundary. I know, they are all trained in sales. We have to remember that when we get some of the calls with our agents, they are trained to negotiate. We have to remember and learn and take sales classes. I went to all the Buffinis. I got dragged to them for years and I was so mad at my mom at the time. Now I'm super grateful because I can see what's going on. I can tell what style of negotiation we're doing. I can tell what style of, debate we're having and what am I being a hard sale? Is it soft sale? It's helped me hold my boundaries so much. I highly recommend watching any of the sales training. Go to any sales trainings, any brokerage that you work with that have available. Even if you're like, "Oh, I'm not an agent," it doesn't apply. Yes, it does. Because understanding the mindset, understanding, because then you can help support your agents when they're having a challenging client, remind them of what you took in the class. But also it helps you realize that you too are a professional and you need to be able to hold your boundaries and your ground. You don't have to do this alone. This is so you have a whoopee. This is your buddy. This is your Jiminy Cricket. This is, you can't measure what you don't track. And our brains lie to us all the time. We gaslight ourselves all the freaking time about stuff. Having the receipts, having the docs, having the info, this is really going to help you to take a look at it and go, oh, okay, maybe I'm cool. Oh, I am not cool. This is bad. This is real bad. So keep the receipts, make the decision from evidence. Don't do this out of fear. Don't do it because you've always done it. Oh, well, it's easier. And we're going to switch over to the dashboard and I'm going to show you guys what that's all about. And hopefully this will help. Now, this is one of my first forays into creating an app. So I have no idea if this is going to work. Thanks, Shiloh. So this is going to let you go in, and I got to move you guys around. Sorry, it's on part of these things here. So this will actually change. You make it your name. I made sure you don't all have to be called Sam. So put in your name here and make this mine. And this is going to save to your desktop. So you're going to use this link, which let me put this in the chat. And this is supposed to be an open public link. So there's that. And all these backups and everything will go directly to your computer. At least that's what chat told me. If it doesn't, let me know. Again, I'm learning this can be a little weird. I want you to remember you do more than push paper when you're looking at these. I want you to remember all the things that you were bringing to this. My target is to have this done by January 1st. That is what I'm making myself do. So first we start with, what do you actually provide? Because sometimes I forget about this. I'd suggest unmarking these. So you go through next time you open up a file, or maybe you keep one of these going for a file. Time yourself. I've got a little Dollar Tree timer on my desk. Sometimes when my brain's out of control, I'll do a 15-minute block because the 15-minute blocks help me to focus on getting stuff done. And don't be paused. You should not be paused. Hold on, it didn't switch. Let's get you to switch. All right, share. Sorry, it didn't share the thing that it's supposed to be sharing, and that's a brat. Let's try this again. There we go. Share. There we go. Okay, now we're sharing. Now it's being a brat. See, it's not a Zoom unless I screw something up. Okay, so this is the original one. And then you switch here. This is where it starts. This is where you put your name. So right here, you can name it whatever you want and you make it yours. Yeah, we made that mine. This one's mine. You can go through. So this has got about 12 different things, and I would get the timer and go ahead and time yourself. And how long does it take you? And this is going to go through all the different services of going through reviewing file integrity and visibility and coordination and all the things that you can show how much time you are saving agents on every file. And let's be honest, we're still going to do it faster than they are because just as they'll do certain things, they have CMAs, they know their routes, they know their routines when they do open houses. We have our routines and things. So you may be able to do audit the file in 15 minutes. Rad. Because you've got great software, you're using SkySlope, it splits it for you, da 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 done. You may have a file that everybody's communicating, you know what's going on. You may have a file nobody's communicating and you have no clue what's been happening. So that's one of the things you'll have to go through and take a look at to move that. Okay. So then from that, you've got this value map. Do with it what you want, but it's a good touch base. This is the thing that really is what I do every day. So I have a similar log that I created. And what this does is it sets up so that you get to track all day long. So I track when I get stuff done. Being a TikTok late in life perimenopausal diagnosed ADHDer at this point, trying to figure this all out myself, I get a dopamine hit from when I'm done with something. It helps me greatly. So what I do is I go through and I do the property. So I'll use my house address because it's everywhere. So I just put in my property address, Road. Agent will be me. I'll be Sam Hayes. It automatically will do the date for you. And what did I do? Well, did I set up the file, timeline, disclose? Did I get signatures, status, communication, just a hey, I need this, or here's where we're at for contingency timeframes? Were there any changes, questions, final file audit, closing commission, make sure everybody getting paid, forums, did you do industry? Did you just educate somebody for 20 minutes on something? A lot of times when something goes wrong on a file, I'm that dork and I do educate people on it because a lot of people don't know where they don't know where to find it. The car website. Oh, I could talk for hours. Anywho, so you can go through and pick one of those. So we'll say I'm doing that. What'd you do? Audit class. What was changed or prevented? We're all gonna be rich. Yay. There you go. So the drift was prevented because I'm holding us all accountable that we talk about raising fees and then we get nervous, the holidays, and we add it to the proof log. And so this keeps going for you. So you can go through here and this is going to go for 30 days, 90 days, all time. You can do it for a year. You can keep doing this log every day when you're doing something on a file. And at the end of the day, when you're like, I didn't do anything, you can look at this log and see how many files you worked on, even though it feels like we didn't do stuff. And you can copy it and send it to an agent. You can sort by, if you do it in the CSV, you can sort it just by the properties and you can be able to build a log. I have another version of this that's more specific that I use every day that I'm rebuilding out so that you can create it. I want to be able to send weekly updates to my agents on Fridays that I've been working on it. So it just creates letters for me. So that one's another one I'm working on. When that one actually isn't as buggy as it is, because I keep changing it, I'll share that with you as well. But this was the biggest part of this whole thing that I wanted to share with you guys, and I hope it will help, is the proof in the pudding. This is the receipts of everything. So basically you've got homework that you're going to go do this for the next 90 days. Then we do the scary part. That is sending out the letter and telling our agents we're raising our fees. Well, one of the things you can go through is here's your value case. This is going to show you your value because this is going to run those numbers that we went on the first page of the value map. This is going to show you how many times you've touched stuff and everything else. And this is a reminder, hey, you have evidence now. You have done this. And they can dislike the price. They can dislike and say this doesn't work for their business model. That's okay. That has nothing to do with you and your value. That just may not work for them. And that's why there are other options and other TCs. And it is why we always need to be freaking marketing. We always need to be promoting. We are the mayor of TCville of our own, that we need to not ever stop talking about this, especially when we get busy, because then you've got the hills and then you got the valleys and trying to even it out. You got to have stuff going all the time, which is another thing I'm working on. I think I figured out how to program that too. And once I know how to do that, I'll share it with you guys. So, Sam, I don't know what to say. What am I going to do? How do we do this? I got you. Very basic email. This is just a baseline, but sometimes if you got something to brain dump, it's a way to get started. And it's letting you know what's going on, that this is your goals, this is what you're doing, this is represents, you'll pull these numbers from your service touches and hours. You'll pull that from the information you're going to get from doing this homework and this research. You're going to have facts and data. This isn't an opinion. This isn't, I hate my agents are making me crazy, or, oh my God, I can't believe this, or just any of those feels. This is that. So you send this out. And then you probably want to give a call to some of your agents, especially the bigger ones you work with all the time. I'm starting to plant the seed now. I'm going to do a whole marketing thing saying, 2027 fees as well. This is just letting them know. And if they're not a fit anymore, they may not be a fit anymore as you are growing your business. Their business is changing. Everybody's business models are changing. It's not something you could, we all take it personally, but you got to keep remembering this is for you and you're taking care of you for your highest and your best. I understand if the updated fee does not work for your business model. I appreciate what we've done. This is when my fee will take place. I've had a lot of my agents go work with other TCs and come back. When I got sick last year, I was very appreciative of everybody who covered for me. I also was very appreciative of my agents. We have a routine where you start our working relationship. So I had a lot of people be very happy I was back. Sometimes that reality check is a good thing when we all go, oh my God, I can't take off work. Sometimes, it's good to be missed. It's good to know that the benefits you bring to everything else. Sorry, my head's like totally right in the way. Oh well. What do we do? Sam, they're going to rebuttal and they're going to use those sales tactics on us. Here you go. You got a whole thing. That's a big increase. You got a response. Other TCs charge less. That may be the right option for your business. This is the service level and the level involvement in the way I maintain visibility and file integrity. Also, I'll drop things about I'm a car forms trainer. I'm a zip forms trainer. I have taken the short sale class. I've taken the probate class. I usually can get in there and fix it within 30 seconds, and I can tell you which file is what and what's wrong with it. That's the skill set I bring. Can you keep my old rate? No, sorry, we're not doing that. I can't pass it on my client. They shouldn't be passing it, in my opinion. That's TCs are to help them increase their volume. But if that's something they're going to do, then this is what I'm doing. You have to change or reflect your business model. But this file should be easy. Oh, that's my favorite. Well, it's only a $300,000 file. We all know the difference in the price point does not impact the level of work that may be involved. While their commission does adjust for that, ours does not. And with that, that means this needs to be my fee because we don't do a sliding fee. You might, and that might work for you. I've never seen it be something that worked out for me, probably because I can't remember and keep track. After all the business I've given you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And you've grown as an agent, and I know you can understand I've grown as a TC. And I value working together, but I'm giving clear advance notice. This updated fee is allows me to keep providing the standard you expect. Get ready to hear no. Get ready to be told this doesn't work. That's going to happen. It happens anytime any price points change. Doesn't mean you shouldn't still do it. Doesn't mean there aren't better clients out there. It just means those aren't your people anymore. And we all grow and change and it happens. And you have already been providing so much value and service. They're going to be like, of course. I mean, I will tell you, I just got off the phone with an agent 2 seconds before this, telling him I'm teaching this class and then I'll work on the file this afternoon. And, she said to me, you deserve it. And it's so heartwarming for me to hear that kind of feedback and know that I provide this level of value that I have been terrible about underselling. And I don't want anybody else to be as silly as I have been. I would use other words, but this is on YouTube. So we'll go from there. And then I want your feedback. This is where you guys can tell me this sucks. This is great. I need this. Could you add that? Can you do that? It's going to take me a minute, but I do have an IT background. This is what I did before I came into real estate. I was certified by Microsoft back in the day. So I actually I love IT, and I've been living and breathing in Claude and Chat, Gemini, and Notebook since January. With the way the market's been and stuff changing this year, I've had time and I've been really trying to get ready. I want to teach more classes. I want to help show people it's not as scary as it looks. It's really easy and it's going to make your life easier. And yes, I understand all the bad about AI and I totally get all that. But if we don't learn this tool, it's going to be like other tools. And if you don't have the knowledge, I don't want you guys being left behind. So I want to do a couple AI classes as well that we'll be working on that. But basically, that's it. That's just me trying to figure this out and show this. So let me pull up the chat. Okay, I'll stop screens here. We'll stop the screen share. Stop. All right, we're done with that. Thank you. Goodbye. and pause. And that's done. We're going to stop that. And if anybody's got any questions, I'm going to look at the chat real quick, which I totally should have already looked at. Did you guys get the screen once I fix it? Yeah, I'm so dumb. Okay, cheaper ones are worse. Then they might not. Yeah, they might not even respond. So I hate it when they do that. They close and don't even tell you. So I'm going to put the PDF in here for you guys as well. So you guys have that. So you can have that in your face and just remember you guys are worth it completely, but can I answer any questions or anything that anybody's wondering? Or we can just sit here and stare at each other while I'm sweating in my hot office. That's fine too. Here, I got it both ways. I'll do it as a PDF and that. Well, then I'm going to say thank you to all you guys for being here. I hope this helps. I'll put it up and it'll be on YouTube and on Facebook. And if something doesn't work, please message me. I'm not saying I'm going to be able to fix it right away, but at least start the concept for you. It'll let you do some tracking. If this doesn't work for you, do a spreadsheet, do a notebook, do something, but make it easy so you can go back and sort it because that is your raw data. And that is going to be amazing to be able to push back on agents and say, this is how much time I've saved you. They don't know because they're not thinking about it. And bring it to be able to do the thing. Oh, thanks, friend. To be able to bring it to a way so that we all are on the same page is just huge. So I appreciate you all. You know how to find me, 619-993-7264. Or I'm on Facebook for Messenger. Verify all with the broker of record of the file you're working on. Make sure you double check take care of yourself, be smart. Yay, team. How would I inform? Oh, sorry, Vivian. I just saw that. How would I? I so I ended up dropping my agents. I have fired agents actually. I've let people know that you know what? I'm revamping my business model, and currently our models no longer align. I wish you much success in 2027, but I no longer will open new files with you after this date, is what I've said before. And what do you mean? What do you mean? Our business models just don't align. I wish you nothing but success. I don't go into detail. It starts to get very personal. I had a company that came back a couple times, and it's just I should have never. No upset tummy files. That's my rule. Is no upset tummy files. So if it bugs you, then there's some reason. And the money. I know we all need money, and I'm never telling anybody how to do their own pocketbook. But if there's something in your gut, I every time I go against my gut, it's bit me in the butt, and it's a waste of time and a waste of my money. It's better to go ahead and just if you don't feel right, walk away. Or the other thing that's great is we are in so many TC groups. You can always say, you know what? I'm happy to give you a referral. Let me find you somebody who's a better match for you. Let me find you somebody who's, this is just not the business model I'm pursuing in 2027. A title to VA or posted, Oh, I see, Vivian, I don't want to do that personally because assistant is very different than transaction coordinator. And there's such a definition that they're working on, and I do think that we're all going to need to stay on guard to keep pushing back. The fact that we had 600 people, and thank you to all of our TCs cross country who came out. They came out in droves when I posted to the other groups. I mean, we had people from Florida, Texas, Hawaii, New York, like all of the friends who have been on all the chats and things for years and years and years showed up. And the fact that we had that presence on that meeting earlier in the spring is part of why CAR pushed back. And we're still all watching it and trying to be aware of it. And they're not being as transparent, which I understand. But I have been working on some rebuttals to be ready with some very, let's just say, financially focused facts that I will be utilizing if we need to when we're talking to them. And I've been trying to get some stuff ready myself. And I know the CATC is also working on it. So everybody's trying to be ready to take care of our group because we're really important to each other. And it's a great thing we've done. We've built a great network and we need to keep going with that. Let's see. Anybody else? Thank you for oh, thanks, guys. You're the best. The PDF didn't come through. It helps if I hit enter. That would help, Sam. So pretty. See, I told you it's not going to be a real Zoom with me unless I screw something up. Uh, let's see. Doot, 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 doot. There we go. Okay. Anybody else? Going once? Going twice? I'm turning my air conditioning back on. Have an amazing weekend. You guys know where to find me. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy. You guys know where to find me. 619-993-7264. Sam Hayes. I adore you all. You're amazing, TCs. Have a good one.